Hi everyone, welcome to the next Shadowboard podcast. This is a exit interview with Robin, who is leaving the Shadowboard. Hi Robin, do you want to start this with a bit about like who you are and what you're currently doing now?
Yeah, sure thing. So I'm Robin Spurr. I'm an assistant project manager and sustainability lead for Cavendish Nuclear. I've recently moved onto a new programme, which is an AWE project called PP&E. I have a PMO level project management or assistant project management role. So I'm just getting stuck into that.
Cool. So that's like a new role that you sort of took on recently, and sort of partly why you are stepping down from the Shadowboard to sort of focus on a thing in a different sector. So what initially made you apply for Shadowboard when you joined it just under 2 years ago?
So I had recently joined at the time a Sellafield project, and although I've worked on a number of different roles within our Sellafield business unit at Cavendish, I think my connection and my network within like the Cumbrian landscape wasn't as good as it could be. Mm-hmm. And I thought that by joining the Shadowboard, it would help me kind of understand issues that, particularly from a social value and social impact perspective, like issues that are felt in the community, but also build my business network within the Sellafield supply chain and beyond.
So then from that, because that's what you sort of felt like you would get out of it, do you feel like when you joined that is it what you expected? Or
yeah, I think I don't know I don't know want to like presume anything, but the Cumbrian community is really close knit and everyone knows everyone, and I feel like I've really become part of that, if that's allowed. An honorary member. I feel like the BECBC is very fundamental in connecting businesses in West Cumbria, and it's helped me grow my network and I hope make me better in the job I had on my previous project.
Yeah, so it's good sort of like you seeing the Shadowboard and BECBC as the place for you to sort of get involved and grow that network, and also increase your understanding just by exposure, if nothing else, to that sort of different supply chain groups and suppliers, etc., to help you with what was your day job. So that's really good. So with all that, do you think you've got any highlights from the time that you've been on the Shadowboard?
I've probably got loads of different ones. I think one of the key ones from like a sustainability perspective, because that's close to my heart, was supporting with the Copeland's People's Panel on climate change. It was really interesting to see how like a people's panel is run. I've read about case studies and things, but just to see the process and all the work involved by the team, and then see it all the way through to the outcomes was really interesting, and hopefully I was able to give some opinions and help with feedback as well.
And that's probably a really good example of where being on the Shadowboard allowed you to be part of that, because we supported that process on the governance group through the BECBC, and then we were delegated the authority to be able to give that. So I think it's a good example of where, if anyone was looking to be part of the Shadowboard, those sorts of things are available as opportunities that wouldn't sort of be there if you weren't like connected with the cluster, because it's definitely out of your day job. But as you say, is part of a topic, sustainability, which you're really passionate about and something that you've been championing for Cavendish. So with those, and being part of the Shadowboard and getting involved in BECBC, growing your network, things like that, do you think that has supported the development of your career?
Yeah, definitely. I think it allowed me to, I'm going to repeat myself now, it's really allowed me to expand my network. I have a better understanding of the socioeconomic issues that are happening in West Cumbria, and I think because I just know a lot more people, I've known which projects to get us involved with. Whilst I was on PFCS in that joint venture with ourselves and Bechtel, and I think evidence of that is winning the Rising Star Award. A lot more people know me and hopefully think I've done an okay job.
Well, obviously, people think you've done a fantastic job to win that award at this year's Cluster Awards. As I said before we started the thing, it's not really that you got that because you're on the shadow board. That's been from the work that you've been doing across your business and across the cluster and just in general. But the visibility and the network that you've grown has allowed people to recognise that you have done those things to then win that award. So that sort of like dovetails nicely to, have you got any advice for anybody who's looking to get involved in the shadow board?
Yeah, what to say?
One big thing I think is that you don't live in Cumbria, so and that's not like a secret. That you don't live in Cumbria, but you've had a very vested interest in Cumbria and its working environment through being part of the PFCS project. So do you think you've got any advice for anybody who maybe is looking at the cluster and works maybe at Sellafield projects or works for businesses in Cumbria but doesn't actually live in Cumbria?
Yeah, well, so literally like you said, so I thought that would make me ineligible to join the shadow board, but I thought I'd join anyway when I saw the advert. And as I've said, it really has helped me with my job. And if you have a vested interest and you're on a project that's in Cumbria, it's totally like invaluable. Like it will help you so much. So definitely don't be put off by that. And if anything, I think for the BECBC as well, it adds a different context. You've got, because you're slightly removed, I think it can help just have a different like way of thinking.
Yeah.
So I think there's value from both sides.
Great. So I think that captures really well sort of what you've got out of the shadow boards and then what you've provided with the shadow board, your involvement in different projects and stuff. So very good luck for the future, and thank you very much, Robin.
Thanks, Jason. Cheers.